Stop My Crisis. I'm your host, Vivian Gaspar. Are you one of those people who just can't wait for your work day to end because you really don't like your job anymore? You borderline hate it. Well, I have Mary McNutt with us here today. She's a doctorate student of brain science and a money expert, a CPA with an MBA, and a keynote speaker of the Easy Guide to Reinventing You, the fun pathway to your dream career in 11 easy steps. Mary, welcome, and thank you so much for joining us. And if somebody came up to you and said how much they hate your job, but you know a different way, what would you say?
I would invite them to look at what it is they love to do, and I can help with them to create a career where they're paid to do what they love. My phrase is, if you're doing what you love, you'll never work again.
Wait a second. Even if I'm doing what I love, because I certainly love what I'm doing, there's elements, there's different little pieces of what I do that I genuinely could say, oh God, I wish somebody else would do that. What do you say to people like that when they're just starting out and maybe they can't hire somebody to do every little piece? What say you?
So as a business owner, in your situation, what I found with a lot of my business clients is they're trying to wear all 10 hats that it takes to run a business. For example, I have a client that's a really great cabinet maker.
Cabinet maker, it sounds so cliche.
And he hates his bookkeeping aspect. He doesn't want to take care of the payroll part of it. He doesn't want to do the financial paperwork. And when I finally met up with him, he had had 2 years worth of making cabinets and trying to be his own bookkeeper and janitor. And he was about to close his doors until I taught him the ease of streamlining his finances and how much money he's losing by not hiring an expert to take care of that burdensome project.
Well, how much? Okay, so you're saying maybe I really can start my own business. I figure out what I like, but what if I just don't know what I'm really good at? How would you help somebody with that?
I help uncover your talent bank.
Talent bank? What's that? That sounds so weird, a talent bank.
And so what are you already good at? What aspects of your skill set are already marketable? If you're already a great cabinet maker, we might be able to define a business for you. If you're already a great photographer, we may be able to set up a business for you as a photographer. Maybe you like to write.
Wait. Writing? You can make a living writing.
Absolutely.
So I imagine, I don't want to write a book, but there has to be different ideas. I mean, every professional nowadays has to have a blog, a website, social media. So maybe I can help somebody with writing some of their content for like their blogs or social media. Is that a good idea?
Absolutely. What if you're really great at your Facebook account and keeping up on your social media? That's, for example, in my business, I'm a public speaker and an author, but I am not very good at keeping up on social media, and today's technology says you have to have that aspect of a successful business. So people who are really great at getting in and populating messages in their social media certainly can hire that skill set out to other people. Another way to start a business.
I understand how you're saying you could lean into something new.
Mm-hmm.
But some of my friends who want to do something new, they don't really have much money. They're kind of living paycheck to paycheck, and I don't want them to completely disregard this concept. What would you say how much it is to start something like your own business?
So, for example, in my CPA firm, I was already an employee as a CPA. So to start my CPA firm, I literally just had to announce that I'm willing to take on clients.
That's it?
Right? So I
how
started with
who would you announce that to?
I have some neighbors who have an electrician company, and they were trying to prepare their own taxes and do their own books. And as friends of theirs, I let them know that I'm starting to take on new clients in my new CPA firm and bookkeeping firm. And so we started together. They were my very first clients. I had no idea what to even charge them.
So on that note, if somebody picks up, like before we were saying, well, what if somebody starts offering, I don't know, blogging services, like they could do writing? What if they have absolutely no idea what to charge? Like, do you just like look that up? How would you tell people what to charge for their services?
You'd be surprised how available information is, whether it be asking another blog expert, a professional would share with you what they charge and how they built their client list. People like to share their information.
Oh, really? Could you get somebody to be like a mentor or something?
And yes, mentors are a highly valuable resource. I personally hired a mentor for my CPA firm. I was taking on a one-man band company, and I thought I better have somebody I can turn to who's already done this. So I invested in a mentor who was there for instant phone calls if I needed for the first year of my business. And the value was they taught me a lot of things to avoid.
Wait. Before you said you paid, did you pay for this mentor, or were they just being kind?
No, I paid $10,000 for that.
Oh.
But I promise you, 12 years later, I'm still benefiting from what I learned in that $10,000 investment. I have probably avoided well over $10,000 worth of mistakes because I hired an expert who had already done what I was doing for 30 years, and they made mistakes, so they were able to quickly teach me what not to do.
Okay, I understand. That makes so much more sense, because I'm like, wait, is somebody just doing this to be nice? Okay, so I really am really curious. How does your being a student of being a doctorate, getting your doctorate degree of quantum physics tie in with all this? I'm a little confused.
Yes, I'm reinventing my career as a tax preparer, CPA, MBA, all of my finance background. After years of helping my clients with their small businesses, I found out the ones that were successful tended to look at the gratitude of what they already have in life. The business clients who have since shut their doors tend to always be in a scarcity mindset that is around not enough money, not enough time, not enough support, not enough clients, and stuck in that mind frame and not able to succeed, quite frankly, in any area in life. It's a ripple effect.
Oh, so if they're thinking, they're just, maybe it comes through in different aspects of that, like they're ready to give up, and people, I think, aren't attracted to, whether it's do business or just be around people who are just feeling negative, naysayers, along those lines, right?
Correct, and that's also the complainers tend to hire complaining clients, and then they resent their clients who are a mirror of themselves.
Wow, that'd be kind of scary if you resent what's your mirror image. So like, there's no way then it can breed more and more and more. Plus, eventually, I mean, if you want to grow your business, you have to end up hiring people at some point. And then what kind of people are you going to attract to work with you?
That's accurate. If you're a complaining boss, the only people who will stick with you on your team are complaining employees.
Oh my God, that will
And
really make your life miserable.
It's not a very high morale around the office when everybody's complaining about everybody.
So if you change your mindset, right, that'll help.
That's right, because the scarcity behind money is also the scarcity behind what you think your employees are contributing, is also the scarcity behind your client list, is also the scarcity of not enough time for your relationships or your health or your further education.
Wow, that's a real ripple effect. That just sounds like it just covers everything that your body can really go through, because I always heard, what the mind leads, the body will follow. Now, I'm sure that you're going to say that stress could lead into ending up making you sick.
It sure can. So in my quantum physics, the reason I got into that is because I could see people so fearful of not enough money that their health was plummeting. When your thoughts are stress-based, your health is stress-based. And when you're sending stress hormones throughout your body, not enough money, not enough time, not enough answers,
that just feels stressful.
Not enough resource, your body is literally producing the fight or flight stress hormones, and that breaks down your immune system. Quite frankly, it slows down every system in your body, and that leads to dis-ease or a lack of ease in your body, and that's how we are susceptible to being diagnosed with diseases, being constantly found with illnesses.
I actually heard from a prior guest, coincidentally, that there was a woman who went through these abuse cycles. She was a domestic violence victim, and it ended up where, I think it was like a 7-year cycle, she actually ended up getting cancer when she ended up being in longer term relationships as a domestic violence victim, unfortunately, she repeated this cycle. So I think that's just another way that this manifestation happened. When you're in this massive amount of stress, it came out. And I never realized that you can actually get cancer manifesting just from stress. And I think that's extreme, but you're now saying that totally makes sense and gels with what you're saying.
And cancer doesn't just appear one day. It takes time to break down your systems, and cancer is a reflection of a broken down body. And quite frankly, doctors and scientists are backing this up more and more daily, that stress most definitely leads to dis-ease and terminal reality.
Wow.
Terminal reality.
That's one way I never thought about it.
So having a stressful career, quite frankly, the majority of our adult awake hours, the activities are towards our career, whether we're getting ready to go to our career, whether we're furthering our education, whether we're on the job, whether we're at a lunch break, whether we're thinking about looking for another job. All of the time it takes to dedicate to your career, quite frankly, takes up the majority of your adult life. And if that career is stressful to you, it lowers your happiness.